As you can see, I have very white skin.
And I don't.
I'm Jewish.
I'm not.
I was born in Brooklyn.
South Central Los Angeles.
My grandparents came to the United States from Poland.
I, on the other hand, don't have a lot of Polish ancestry.
You now know our race and ethnicity. Do these things tell you anything important about us? About our values, our abilities, our personalities, our interests, our passions, or most important, our characters?
And does knowing our race and ethnicity tell you anything about the qualities that would make you want to consider either of us as a friend or as an employee?
What if by magic I could suddenly have black skin?
What if by magic I could have white skin?
Or brown skin?
Or yellow skin?
Would that give you a better clue as to who I, Dennis?
Or who I, Larry, really am?
Why then, if race and ethnicity are so unimportant to our character, has so much attention been placed on racial and ethnic diversity?
That's because of the well-intentioned desire to correct the prejudice which we all know exists.
Wow, these are fine credentials, Mrs. Johnston, just fine. I see you graduated from the University of Illinois.
Yes, and as you can also see, also worked for 3 years for Smith Aircraft.
Oh, that's fine, Miss Johnston, just fine. I'll think it over. Goodbye.
Well, I know I could do the job, sir.
I'm sure you could, little lady. Goodbye. Oh, Miss McGillicuddy, send in the next applicant, please. Ah, hello, young whippersnapper. Where did you go to college?
I didn't.
I see. Had any experience?
No, but that's fine. Just fine.
Fine, just fine.
Fine.
Any reason you feel qualified for this job?
Well, I'm white. And I'm a male.
Oh, yeah. Son, you just talked yourself into a job.
Well, that's how it often was, folks. Racial and ethnic minorities were often denied promotions or jobs, not because they weren't qualified, but because of their race, gender, or ethnicity.
Now, if you want to solve this problem, you have two choices. One, replace the old racial, ethnic, and gender considerations with new racial, ethnic, and gender considerations, and that way end up with a diverse workplace.
Or two, end all racial, ethnic, and gender considerations and simply hire people of ability and good character, and that way end up with a diverse workplace. You see, many well-intentioned people have opted for the first choice, aiming for diversity by emphasizing race, ethnicity, and gender in hiring. But there's a tremendous problem with this solution.
It's based on the same assumptions as the original problem, namely that people's race, ethnicity, and gender are very important. But they aren't. And that is why there is so much confusion over what diversity really means. For example, would you say this is a diverse group? According to today's understanding of diversity, you would say yes. Now, would you say this is a diverse group? According to today's understanding of diversity, you would say no. They're all one race. Now let's go back to the group we thought was diverse. Excuse me, could you tell me where you went to law school?
Stanford.
Harvard.
Yale.
Stanford.
Dartmouth.
What's your background?
Urban middle class.
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 What's your career ambition?
I'd like to make partner.
Make partner.
I'd like to make partner.
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 One last question. Who are you going to vote for in the next election?
Whoever's against tort reform.
Whoever's against tort reform.
Tort reform.
Whoever's against
Tort reform.
Now let's go back to the group which we thought was not diverse. Excuse me, I'm curious to know your backgrounds.
Cleveland suburbs.
everywhere. I'm an Army brat.
Nairobi, Kenya.
Kingston, Jamaica.
The streets.
What's your career ambition?
Business.
Political activism.
I want to open a restaurant.
I just want a job, man.
Survival.
How about your religious beliefs?
I'm a non-practicing Catholic.
Muslim.
I'm a Christian.
The Lion of Judah, Jah.
My old lady goes to church.
Not me.
And how are you going to vote in the next election?
Whoever's more conservative.
Whoever's more liberal.
I'm not a citizen yet.
Whoever will save the children.
In a booth.
So which group would you say is more diverse?
You know, those who believe in race-based diversity believe that race reflects more than color. They believe that people of different races and ethnicities not only look different, that they actually think different.
Which, of course, is just another way of saying that people of the same racial or ethnic group think the same. All blacks think alike, all whites think alike, all Hispanics think alike, and so on.
If that were so, we might see a scene like this one.
It shows the existential dilemma of the modern psyche in reaction to postmodernism.
No. It shows man's inhumanity to man and clearly admonishes the viewer to get in touch with the inner child.
No. It's a representation of the artist's unresolved conflict with his father. I think.
Thank you. And welcome to the company. 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 Thank you. And welcome to the company.
I'm actually quoting diversity trainers. Quote, blacks and Hispanics approach situations in a man-to-man or feeling-caring manner, whereas white males function primarily on a man-to-object style based on power, close quote. Hey, but what, for example, if one parent is Hispanic and the other is non-Hispanic white? I guess you deal with that person in a feeling, caring, man-to-object style.
Thank you. And welcome to the company.
Ma'am, I'm actually 1/4 Cherokee Indian. And 1/4 African American.
African American.
And 1/8 Hispanic. And 1/8 Pacific Islander. And 1/16 Croatian. 1/16 Chinese.
1/16 Chinese.
And 1/32nd Eskimo.
1/32nd Eskimo?
Yes, ma'am. My great-great-great-grandmother was an Aleut. I really take after her, though.
Thank you. And welcome to the company.
Before we go on, we need to draw a very clear distinction between race and ethnicity on the one hand and culture on the other. When we say that your race and ethnicity aren't important in defining who you are, we're not saying that your culture isn't important in defining who you are. Culture is important.
But culture is culture, and race and ethnicity are race and ethnicity. They are not the same. For example, I have a lot more in common with a white in Copenhagen than I do a black in rural Nigeria. The Nigerian and I share race. We don't share culture. The same holds true for ethnicity. There are millions of Hispanics in the world, but they live in many different countries with very diverse cultures.
¿Me podría decir dónde queda el cuarto de conferencia donde se tienen las...
I'm sorry, I'm Hispanic, but I don't speak much Spanish. Do you speak French?
¿Qué?
Parlez-vous français?
No comprendo.
Yes, but soccer. What is soccer?
You know, where you kick a ball around the field.
No, of course. That's football.
No. Football is guys tackling and wrestling each other.
No. That's rugby, old chap. Rugby.
Oh, you crumpet head, I give up.
所以我完全听不懂你在说什么。
Teka, hindi kita maintindihan eh. Dahan-dahan lang.
所以也许根本没有关系。
Hindi pa rin maintindihan, pero usap pa rin tayo, baka maintindihan.
Celebrate your culture. Teach it to your children. But don't make the mistake of confusing your culture with your race or ethnicity. They're not the same.
Even more than culture, what unites us is values. Mahatma Gandhi, a Hindu, was killed by a Hindu.
John F. Kennedy, a white American, was killed by a white American.
Yitzhak Rabin, an Israeli Jew, was killed by an Israeli Jew.
Anwar Sadat, an Egyptian Muslim, was killed by an Egyptian Muslim.
These great men were murdered by people who shared their cultures, but not their values. You know, one of the worst consequences of race-based thinking is that it pushes us toward people with whom we may share little and cuts us off from people with whom we may share a great deal.
You like carp?
Like it. I rub it.
I go carp fishing every weekend.
Me too. Ever seen this magazine before?
Ever seen it? I got every issue.
Me too. I'm a member of the National Carp Spearfishermen Association.
No, I'm a member of NASCA too. We love carp. Yes, we do. We eat it all the time.
Carp! Oh, this is great.
You know, my friends say that carp spearfishing is stupid.
My friends think it's stupid too.
My name is Juan. Juan Ramirez.
Junichi Nishimura.
I seen you on the shop floor.
Yeah, hard to get to know people around here.
Everybody likes hanging around the non-spearing carp fish groups.
Say, that table over there, you want to go grab it?
Vamos.
Segoy?
Sure.
If you believe that ethnic and racial differences make people different from you, all you end up doing is depriving yourself of beautiful friendships.
If you share our views of diversity, that what matters is the individual and his or her character, you have to act on it.
Open yourself up to people of all races and ethnicities, precisely because those are not the things that matter.
Right this way, gentlemen. You know, we've worked very hard to create some diversity in our company. And here's an example, two of our very fine young Asian employees. Ladies, right this way, gentlemen. It's a Latina female. Morning. And over here, I have one of our fine African-American employees. How you doing?
I'm from Canada, actually.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we have two Canadian African-Americans. We also have an African-American from England and one from France. We're very diversified. As a matter of fact, next month, we're going over to Africa and try to recruit some actual African-Americans in Africa.
Hey! Wait a minute. I'm a hard-working man, and I'm tired of being reduced to just a color.
And if you hired me because of the color of my skin, then you put me in a situation that I can never win.
I don't wake up in the morning thinking that I'm black. When I look into the mirror,
All I see is Jack. Jack with 2 cars, 2 kids, a wife and a cat. And if you hire me because I'm ethnic, then all I'll ever be is that.
Some call me a Chicana, some call me a Latina, but I am just a person named Rosa Montevina. I can succeed on my own, I'm not sitting on anyone's lap. And if you hired me because I'm ethnic, then all I'll ever be to you is that.
They don't usually do this.
Race-based thinking is nothing but a bunch of crap. And if you hired us because we're different,
Then all I'll ever be.
all you'll ever see,
All we'll ever bring to you is
Anyway, if you'll follow me, gentlemen.
Most people want to be known first by their individual character and abilities, rather than by their race or ethnicity.
So rather than pursuing diversity on the basis of race or ethnicity, why not pursue it on the basis of character and ability?
The irony is you'll end up with diversity anyway because there are so many people of good character and ability in every group.
Strengthen your organization. Enrich your own life with a very diverse group from just one race, the race of decent human beings. I'm Larry Odom.
And I'm Dennis Prager. Thank you.